Shalom to the elect of Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indian, and Haitians. Gotta give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekah, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well, and a sincere salutation to all the Akim, pushing this truth throughout the four winds of the earth, the entire world, waking up the hopeful elect. And shalom to the Akwaf who are listening and learning, which is you few sisters who are listening and learning. I'm Isaiah coming at you another lesson in truth, facts, faith, and edification. And this lesson is about the dominance of the earth. Okay? And the title of this lesson, in the land of uprightness, will he deal unjustly? In the land of uprightness, or he will deal unjustly. Okay? Because these enemies of ours, okay, they had the dominance of the earth, and they have more than heart can wish, man. They are the wicked, according to the Bible. They are the enemies of you so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. They are your enemies, man, okay? And they are going to be put down shortly. It's so Lord witness be edified. Now, this is a video, which I did it a while ago, showing you how they are in over 70 countries, man. Okay? Why? Because they have the dominion of the earth. Right? They have the dominion over the entire planet. So, I'm going to play this and then we'll get some precepts.
Quarters of RT America, our nation's capital. Hello again, everybody. I'm Rick Sanchez. Because there is talk of U.S. military intervention in Venezuela, which President Trump says he is not ruling out, and because there seems to be a run-up to a war with Iran, and because we're now engaged in some way militarily in 76 countries around the world. Think about that. If you're shaking your head and as you hear that number, you probably should be. In 76 countries around the world, we have some type of military presence or some type of engagement.
And who is this? You guessed it. Esau Edom, the so-called white man, okay? Because what was they blessing? To live by the sword, and they was going to have the dominion over the entire planet, man. Okay?
In fact, here, I'm going to show it to you so you can see it for yourself. It's even more dramatic when you actually look at it on a map. Now, here's the map of the world. And what I'm going to do is, first I want to light up the countries where we have military bases. There are 44 of them in all. Everything you see there in red, those are the countries where the United States now has military bases, and we've been adding an awful lot in the last 10 or 15 years. Now, let's show you the countries where we are conducting counterterrorism training. 56 countries around the world. See all of those little targets right there? That's where we suspect that there are terrorists, and we have our officials there, or our military officials training the military officials of each of those countries that you see along this map. Now, let's show the countries where we are shooting at people or shooting at buildings, either using our planes or our drones. There are 7 countries in the world where we are shooting things out of the sky, essentially. Let's show those right there. And you see that in those countries as well, and by the way, those are the ones that have that little white stripe you see right there. See, like those? And it's Yemen, and it's part of Somalia, and it's Pakistan and Afghanistan and Libya, etc. And then finally, I want to show you the countries where we have actual combat troops, boots on the ground, as we often say. Soldiers, military soldiers in those countries. There are 15 of them. See them? It's all that you see right there in blue, right? So essentially, we're spread out thin. You could make the argument that this scenario has picked up speed with the invasion of Iraq, a country that is now completely destroyed, more than you could ever imagine. In fact, we have a rare video for you today from inside Iraq that we're going to be showing you in just a little bit. And there's something else we're going to do.
Now he said what? What did he say? That they are spread thin, right? And they are spread thin, man. Okay. These Edomites are spread thin, just like what? The Roman Empire. Now, the reason I'm doing this lesson, because we're going to stay keeping our foot on you Edomites' neck, because you have had the foot on our neck for over 500 years. So the reason I'm doing this lesson is because to show you it ain't the Arabs who run the world, man. Okay? It is not the Arab that had a dominance over the entire planet. It's not the Hamites. Let me say it like this. It's not the Ishmaelites, which are the Arabs, so-called Arab. They don't have the dominance. It's not the so-called Africans, which are Hamites. They don't have the dominance of the earth. It's not the Moabites, okay, which are the so-called Chinese. They don't have dominance over the earth. It's not the Ammonites, which are the so-called Japanese. They doesn't have the dominance over the earth. It's not the Elamites, okay, which is the East Indian, the Pakistanis, okay. They don't have the dominance over the earth, man, okay. It's the Edomites that have dominance over the earth, man. Facts, okay. And you see it, man. In over 76 countries, these Edomites is rape, robbing, murdering, and pillaging the earth, man. Okay? What does it say in Ezekiel 28? Through much traffic, thou has gotten riches through much traffic, man. Okay? This is Genesis chapter 27 and verse 38. And it reads, and Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and of the dew of heaven from above. Meaning what? They was going to control the entire planet. Okay, from the skies to the ocean, man. Okay, to the ocean floor, far they can go. And to the skies, far they can go. So far they can go to the skies, and far they can go to the ocean floor. They was going to control everything, man. Right? Verse 40, and by the sword shalt thou live, and shall serve thy brother, which King David had in servitude, and Solomon. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, we're going to look that word dominion up, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. Okay? Esau was going to have dominion of the earth by living by the sword. Okay? And he controls the entire planet, man. Okay? Through the will of the Heavenly Father Yahweh. Esau even controlled the entire planet by the sword, man. His military power. They have the #1 military, man. Okay? Now, this is Isaiah 26 and 10. And it reads, let favor be showed to the wicked. Who is the wicked? According to the Bible, according to the words of the Heavenly Father Yahweh, the Edomites are the wicked. Let favor be showed to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. He can't. The Lord created him to be a vessel of wrath fitted just for destruction. In the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly. What's the land of uprightness? Israel. Okay? And what are they doing over there? Living and dealing and dwelling in unjustly. Okay? They have gay parades every year, man. Okay? Over there in Tel Aviv, man. Okay, they having LGBTQ parades every year, man. Let favor be showed to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. In the land of uprightness, which is the Holy Land, will he deal unjustly, and will not behold the majesty of the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. Now, let's go to Isaiah chapter 1, verse 7. And what does Esau Edom have over the earth? Complete dominance, man. This is Isaiah 1 and 7. And it reads, your country is desolate. Your cities are burned with fire. Hey, and they going back and forth too. The Israelis with the Palestinians, man. They going back and forth shooting missiles, man. Okay? And this been going on for centuries. Your country is desolate. He said your country. Who? The Israelites' country. You so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. Your cities are burned with fire. Your land, strangers devour it. What did the Lord say in Deuteronomy 28 and 43? The stranger shall get up above thee, and you shall come down very low, right? He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. It says strangers. Your land, strangers devour it in your presence. And we see this every day in the news. We know who in the land, okay? The chief house of Edom, which is who? Amalek. And it is desolate as overthrown by strangers. Okay? Let's go to Psalm 79. This is Psalm 79. Because these Edomites, they have dominance over the earth, and they shall do so until Yahweh shall return and take them out of power. Psalm 79 and 1. O Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah, the heathen are coming to thy inheritance. Thy holy temple have they defiled. They have laid Jerusalem on heaps. The dead bodies of thy servants. What does Leviticus 25 and 55 say? The servants are Israelites. The dead bodies of thy servants, and clarifying that more, the Israelites are so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indian, and Haitians. The dead bodies of thy servants have they given to be meat unto the fowls of heaven. Okay, and they did that during 70 AD and over here in slavery in Babylon the Great. They hung you out, man, and you had buzzards and crows ate off Jake flesh in slavery, man. And during 70 AD, dead bodies everywhere, man. Because the Lord said we was going to be as dung on the earth, man. The dead bodies of thy servants have they given to be meat unto the fowls of the heaven, the flesh of thy saints unto the beasts of the earth. Okay, so you had wild animals out there eating Jake, because body was everywhere, man, during slavery and 70 AD. And all in between, man, okay? Their blood have they shed like water round about Jerusalem. 70 AD, man. And there was none to bury them. Okay? We are becoming a reproach to our neighbors, a scorn and derision to them that are round about us. How long, Yahweh, wilt thou be angry forever? Shall thy jealousy burn like fire? Pour out thy wrath upon the heathen that have not known thee. Okay, because he tell you in Psalm 147 and 19, he showeth his words unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgment to Israel. He have not dealt so with any nation. And as for his judgments, they have not known them either, man. Okay? Pour out thy wrath upon the heathen that have not known thee, and upon the kingdom that have not called upon thy name. Why does no other nation? Why doesn't the 17 nations call on the Lord's name? Because the Lord's name is dreadful among the heathens. Okay, only you so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans can call on the name of Yahweh. Okay, that's why they created modern Hebrew so they can create these dots and dashes and vowel points and change up the Paleo Hebrew, man. So you can't call on the name of the Lord because they can't call on it. And if they can't call on the name of the Lord, they would not let you call on it because they know his name and that power, man. They know his power in that name, Salakia. For they have devoured Jacob. They have devoured you so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, and laid waste his dwelling place. What's our dwelling place? Jerusalem, Israel. Okay. This is let's go to Ezekiel 36. This is Ezekiel chapter 36. I'm gonna start at verse 1. Also, thou son of man, prophesy unto the mountains of Israel, talking about you Israelites, and say, ye mountains of Israel, hear the word of the Lord Yahweh. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh power, because the enemy has said against you, aha, even the ancient high places are ours in possession. What's the ancient high places? Jerusalem, Israel. Therefore prophesy and say, thus saith the Lord Yahweh power, because they have made you desolate and swallowed you up on every side. And swallowed you up on every side. That's why Hosea 8 and 8 say, Israel is swallowed up. Now shall they be among the Gentiles, wherein there is no pleasure. That ye may be possession unto the residue of the heathen, and ye are taken up in the lips of talkers, and are an infamy of the people. Therefore, ye mountains of Israel, hear the word of the Lord Yahweh power. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh power to the mountains, and to the hills, and to the rivers, and to the valleys, to the desolate wastes, and to the cities that are forsaken, which became a prey and a derision to the residue of the heathen that are round about. Okay? He's talking to you so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay? From the least to the greatest. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh power, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen, and against all Idumea, which is who? Edomites, which have appointed my land into their possession. What land? Jerusalem. With the joy of all their heart. Israel, okay? The land of Israel, Jerusalem, and the people, because Jerusalem is a people for us a place. With the spiteful minds to cast it out for a prey. Okay? So this talking about the Edomites that have taken the Lord land for possession, right? Now, this is Zechariah chapter 9, verse 6. And it reads, and a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod, and I will cut off the pride of the Philistines. Where's Ashdod at? I think it says west of Jerusalem. It's over in the land of Israel, okay? And a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod, and I will cut off the pride of the Philistine. Who are the Philistines? Hamites. Now, what go on over there in Tel Aviv? They have parades over there, LGBTQ parades, man. Okay, and it said bastard shall dwell in Ashdod. Now, let's see who's the bastard according to the Bible. This is Hebrews chapter 12 and let me see. Salakia. Hebrews chapter 12 and verse 7, right? This is Hebrews 12 and 7. Now remember what I read. Zechariah 9 and 6. And a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod. That's in Israel, okay? This is Hebrews 12 and 7. If ye endure chastisement, it say Yahweh Bashem Yahweh shall deal with you as with sons, right? For what son is he whom the Father chasteneth not? Listen to this. Verse 8, Hebrews 12 and 8. But if ye be, so verse 7 telling you that if you endure chastising, power dealeth with you as with sons. So that the Lord chastises his elect, right? He says he's going to put you through the furnace of affliction. Verse 8, listen to this carefully. But if ye be without chastisement, whereof all are partakers, then are ye bastards and not sons. What does it say in Zechariah 9 and 6? A bastard shall dwell in Ashdod. Who is talking about? Edomites and the heathen nations, okay? The Elamites, right? The Ishmaelites. They all are bastards, man. Letting you know what? The Lord called you Israelites sons, okay? Right? Yashala, man. But if ye be without chastisement, the Lord ain't chastising the Edomites, the Ishmaelites, the Elamites, the Moabites, the Ammonites, and the Hamites. He ain't chastising them. Only you Israelites, man. Amos 3 and 1. Right? Amos 3 and 2. You only have I known, therefore I will judge you, right? But if ye be without chastisement, whereof all are partakers, then are ye bastards and not sons. So the Lord calling everybody that's outside of the nation of Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, are 12 tribes of Israel. That's one nation. The other 17 nations that the Lord created are bastards, heathens, okay? That's plain straight to the point, man. Now, going back to Ezekiel, chapter 7, I'm going to start at 21. Because the Lord make this plainly clear, man, that he's talking to you so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. This is Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 21. And it reads, and I will give it into the hands of the strangers for a prey, to about your land, and to the wicked of the earth for a spoil. Who controls our lands, man? The wicked. Okay? And they shall pollute it. Don't they have gay parades every year in Tel Aviv? Ain't they over there doing all manner of wickedness? Okay? My face will I turn also from them, and they shall pollute my secret place. What's the secret place of Yahweh? In Yahweh Shah? Jerusalem, man. For the robbers shall enter into it and defile it. Who is the robbers? Hey, let's go to Psalms 50 and 16. And it reads, let's see who the robbers is. We know it's the Edomites. Psalm 50 and 18. When thou sawest a thief, thou consentest with him, and has been partakers with adulterers. This is Psalms 50 and 18. The Lord is talking to the Edomites. When thou sawest a thief, talking about the Babylonians, thou consentest with him. Okay? Now when you go to the besiege of Jerusalem, right? In 70 AD, what happened? They took all our spoils, man. Okay? And then they took Israel for a booty. Back in Ezekiel 7, in 24, it say, wherefore I will bring the worst of the heathen, and they shall possess their houses, and I will also make the pomp of the strong to cease, and their holy places shall be defiled. By who? Strangers, robbers, man. Okay? This is what the Lord says, Ezekiel 7:21. And I will give it into the hand of strangers for a prey, and to the wicked of the earth for a spoil, and they shall pollute it. And our land is still being polluted this day, man. And this is more proof. This is Luke 21. And I'm going to start at verse. I'm going to read 20 so you can understand where I'm going. Luke 21:20. And when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then know that the desolation thereof is nigh. Right? Talking about what? 70 AD, man. This is verse 24. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations, and Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled. Now, let me show you something real quick. Real quick. Let me open this up. Go to this. Show you the siege of Jerusalem in 70 CE. Okay? I'm gonna show you something. This is what it reads. The siege of Jerusalem in the year 70 CE was the decisive event of First Jewish-Roman War, in which the Romans army captured the city of Jerusalem and destroyed both the city and its temple. The Roman army, led by the future emperor Titus, with Tiberius Julius Alexander and his second in command, besieged and conquered the city of Jerusalem, which had been controlled by Judean rebel factions since 66 CE. Following the Jerusalem riots of 66, when the Judean provisional government was formed in Jerusalem. The siege of the city began on 14th of April 70 CE, 3 days before the beginning of Passover that year. The siege lasted for over 4 months, with the battle for the city lasting for close to another week after that. The siege ended on 30 August 70 CE with the burning and destruction of the second temple, and the Romans entered and sacked the lower city. The destruction of both the first and second temple is still mourned annually during the Jewish fast on Tisha B'Av, the Ark of Titus, celebrating the Roman sack of Jerusalem and the temple still standing in Rome. The conquest of the city was completed on 8 September 70 CE. Okay? This is history, man. Facts. And who did this? Idumeans, man. Okay? When you go into it, it tell you the Idumeans did this, man. And you can look it up for yourself. This is Micah chapter 2, verse 2. And it reads, Micah chapter 2 in verse 2. Salakia. And they covet fields. Let me start one. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds when the morning is light. They practice it because it is in the power of their hand. Right? And this is what they do. Right? They conquer, man. Go forth conquering and to conquer. And their civilization started with who? Alexander the Creep. Okay? That's what they say. They civilization, meaning when they started ruling the earth, started with Alexander the Great, right? And they covet fields and take them by violence. How do they take Jerusalem? By violence. And houses, and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house even a man of his heritage. What are they calling themselves today? Israelis, right? They said that they are what? The Jews, man. Okay? They took our land. They oppressing a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. Right? They saying that they the Jews. This is Habakkuk chapter 2. In verse 5. It says, ye also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, he keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied. But gather unto him all nations, and heap unto him all people. And that's what he did, man. Took our lands, okay? Conquered the so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. Right? But we know the Lord, gave them the dominance to do so. Now, when you read in Genesis 27, right? It said that he was going to have a dominion. Now I'm finna show you Akim something, man, because what you gotta understand is that was the spirit of the Lord, man. And everything links up to these Edomites. Now I'm finna make 2 points, right? Now we know this is Genesis 27 and 40. I'm going to the word dominant, dominion. Okay? So I'm gonna show you what the word dominion means. Now, what happened with Cain? This is the word for dominion. And I want you to see this. Dominion, lords, mourn. It's a ruleth. Rule, right? So look at this word. And show you how Cain came back as Esau, man. And we all know that. Through the spirit, through the faith, we believe that. Which the scriptures link up, man. So, the word for dominion, let me go back and play it.
Strong's H 7300. Rude.
Hey, that sound like them Edomites. They rude as hell, man. So look what it say. To wander restlessly, roam. To roam, to be restless, show restlessness, right? Ramble. Have the dominion, be Lord, rule, right? But it say to wander restlessly. Now, when it said Cain dwelt in the land of Nod, right? What the hell is Nod? Well, let's deal with the land of Nod. Now remember this word right here. Wandering. Okay, to wander. Dominion mean what? To rule and just go around just doing whatever you want to do, man. Now let's see what Cain went at. This is Genesis chapter 4. And let me see. So okay, now I say this is Genesis 4. This after Cain slew Abel, right? This is what the Lord say. Genesis 4 and 14. Behold, this is what Cain said to the Lord. Thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid, and I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth. And it shall come to pass that everyone that findeth me shall slay me. And the Lord said unto him, therefore, whosoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And the Lord set a mark upon him, lest any finding him should kill him. Why? Because if you, let's use today's term, right? If it's all so-called Negro, Latinos, Native Americans in the earth, right? Different shades of brown people. and you see an albino running through the land, you're going to be like, what the hell was that? Hey, catch them and kill whatever that was, right? So Cain said, and it shall come to pass that everyone that findeth me shall slay me. And the Lord Yahweh said unto him, therefore, whosoever slew Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And the Lord set a mark upon Cain, lest any find him should kill him. So the Lord set a mark on him. So that made Jake say, oh man, the Lord took your pigment. Oh, you must have did something very terrible for the Lord to take your pigment away. To put that color on you, to take your pigment away and leave you with no melanin. You did something really terrible for the Lord to do something like that. So it's saying the Lord Yahweh set a mark upon Cain, lest any finding him should kill him. So if you seen Cain run around like an albino, you was gonna know off the rip he really messed up with the Lord for the Lord to take his pigment. Verse 16, and Cain went out from the presence of the Lord Yahweh and dwelt in the land of Nod on the east of Eden. Let's see what the word Nod mean. And see, this is the problem with Jake. They don't look up words to understand that Cain came back as Esau. Now this is the word Nod. It's a H5113. Show you how beautiful these scriptures is, man. Now, what did dominion say? It say to wonder. Look what Nod say. Nod, wondering. Land to which Cain fled to wondered after the murder of Abel. Listen, man. If this is not, listen, man. You devils, listen, man. Esau and Cain is the same person, man.
Strong's H5113. Node.
Sound just like rude. No, dominion was word rude. Listen, man. The word Nod. Cain went well to the land of Nod. Meaning what? There's no damn land of Nod. He just wandered around. Doing what, man? Building damn cities, man. Okay? You just going around building cities and just being wicked, man. Destroying. Wondering. Nod mean wondering. Okay? Let's go back. Let's go back, man. Let's go back again. Genesis 27 and 40. And if you think it's a game, go look it up yourself. Genesis 27 and 40, the word dominion. Dominion mean what? To wander restlessly, roam. Okay? Cain came back as Esau to do what, man? To fill the face of the world with cities, man. To roam, to wander wherever, and just be what? A fugitive and a vagabond. And the Lord said, if any man slay Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. Now I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you how the Lord protected Cain, which came back to be Esau. Watch this. This is Psalms 73 and 5. Show you how the Lord put a hedge around Cain so nobody couldn't kill them devils. Psalm 73 and 5. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Therefore, pride compasseth them about as a chain, violence covered them as a garment. Their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than hearts could wish. That's the dominion of the damn earth. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily. Okay? They set their mouth against the heavens, and their tongue walketh through the earth. Walketh, look at this word, walketh through the earth. Remember that. Let's go to Job. Let's go to Job. Remember what it say right here. Psalm 7:3-9. And their tongue walketh through the earth, right? They whet their tongue like a sword. Who is that? The Edomites. Let's go to Job. Let's go to Job 1:7. Now, when you go up, oh no, I'm already. When you go down to verse 6, right? Listen to this. Now there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came also among them. And Yahweh said unto Satan, Whence comest thou? Then Satan answered the Lord and said, From going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it. Does not Satan has a physical seed on the earth? Yes, he do. Let's read it. Genesis 3:15. And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. What does that mean? Satan has a physical seed here on earth, and they are who? The Edomites that was given dominance, man. Dominion over the entire planet, man. And if you can't get this, you are bugged out of your damn mind. Okay? Not mean wondering. Dominion mean to wonder, man. Esau is Cain in the reincarnation, man. Okay? Hey, so Lord witness to edifying, I gotta give all praise to Yahweh. Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, who teach well. And a sincere salutation to all the Akim, pushing this truth through the four ends of the earth, waking up the hope for the elect. Shalom to the Akwa for listening and learning. Let me close with a couple precepts, man, to further bring home. This is Job 9:24. The earth was given into the hand of the wicked, which is the Edomites. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, wherein who is he? Okay? He covered the faces of the judges. It said the earth was given into the hand of the wicked. This is Psalms 104 and verse 9. And it reads, Thou hast set a bound that they may not pass over, that they turn not again to cover the earth. Who is that? Who controlled the banks? Your Lord told you in Deuteronomy 28. What is that? Deuteronomy 28 and 44. Let me see. Deuteronomy 28 and 43. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. Is that obvious who this is talking about? It's talking about the Edomites, man. Okay? They control the entire planet, man. Okay? Esau, Edom controls the entire planet. And if you can't see that, then there's something wrong with you, man. Okay?
How real? As real as this.
Salaki for the information.
From the national headquarters.
If you,
I'm
gonna play that one more time.
I'm Rick Sanchez. Because there is talk of U.S. military intervention in Venezuela, which President Trump says he is not ruling out, and because there seems to be a run-up to a war with Iran, and because we're now engaged in some way militarily in 76 countries around the world. Think about that. If you're shaking your head and as you hear that number, you probably should be. In 76 countries around the world, we have some type of military presence or some type of engagement. In fact, here, I'm going to show it to you so you can see it for yourself. It's even more dramatic when you actually look at it on a map. Now, here's the map of the world. And what I'm going to do is, first I want to light up the countries where we have military bases. There are 44 of them in all. Everything you see there in red, those are the countries where the United States now has military bases, and we've been adding an awful lot in the last 10 or 15 years. Now, let's show you the countries where we are conducting counterterrorism training. 56 countries around the world. See all of those little targets right there? That's where we suspect that there are terrorists, and we have our officials there, or our military officials training the military officials of each of those countries that you see along this map. Now, let's show the countries where we are shooting at people or shooting at buildings, either using our planes or our drones. There are 7 countries in the world where we are shooting things out of the sky, essentially. Let's show those right there. And you see that in those countries as well, and by the way, those are the ones that have that little white stripe you see right there. See, like those? And it's Yemen, and it's part of Somalia, and it's Pakistan and Afghanistan and Libya, etc. And then finally, I want to show you the countries where we have actual combat troops, boots on the ground, as we often say, soldiers, military soldiers in those countries. There are 15 of them. See them? It's all that you see right there in blue, right? So essentially, we're spread out thin. You can make the argument.
And that's the same thing happened with Rome, man. Okay? Right before the destruction of Rome, they were spread it too thin, man. Okay? Hey, so Lord want us to edify, man. Esau, Edom, have the dominion over the earth, man. Okay? They are the wicked, man. And the Lord is using them for what? His sword, man. Okay? Shalom.